Hey there, Darkstar here. We are on leg 30 of the world tour. We are flying from Sri Lanka over to some island. I don't know much about it. Port Blair. It's the locale. So we'll see how that works out. Some of the runways don't really have approaches, so that'll be interesting. We're in the Citation X again because it's a longer run, and this is such a fast one. All right. Emergency light on, battery 1, battery 2. Maybe a master. Test. Start. Turn down the AC just a touch. Nav light on, seatbelt lights on. Right, avionics, ECAS can come on. Okay, let's go ahead and set our departure. Wait, let's wait and get a couple things. First of all, let's get ATIS. Uh-oh. My app is not running. Okay. 1272.
Niner, 2.27. QNH 1010. Transition level 130. Advise on initial contact you have information Kilo. Bandaranaque International Colombo Airport, information Kilo. 1110 Zulu. Arriving and depart.
Alright, now I go to 121 Niner. Clearance, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. We'd like to get our IFR clearance to Victor Oscar Papa Bravo.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Cleared to Port Blair via the Delta 1 Delta departure, then as filed. Runway 22. Initial climb 4000. Departure on 132.4. 0. Squawk 5647.
Cleared to Port Blair via the North 1 Delta departure, then is filed. Runway 22, initial climb 4,000, departure on 132.4, squawk 5647. 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, read back correct.
Okay, we want the Dorito departure, 1 Delta.
Hey folks, welcome on our trip to Veer Savarkar International Airport. I'm Emma, and I'll be looking after you today. Please take your seats and stow any hand luggage comfortably. If you need anything at all, just let me know. Thank you for flying with us.
Alright, let's say we got everybody on board. I should have closed it manually. Let's get your cabin lighting on for you guys. We have a little bit of sunlight left. We might hit some thunderstorms on the way out of here. We had some in the last flight, very exciting. Alright, clearance matters, couple things left to enter here. 4,000, oh, one click too far. Colombo ground, citation 750 Delta X-Way. We are ready for push and start.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, push and start approved. Face northeast.
Northeast? We are facing northeast. I guess we'll go like here. Okay. I'm learning. Beacon light on. Alright. Go. Ah, shoot.
Folks, welcome on our trip to Veer Savarkar International Airport. Our
8:30.
estimated flight time is 1 hour and 55 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information
here.
even for frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pull to tighten. The seatbelt must be fastened whenever the sign is illuminated. Please ensure your seatbacks are upright and any loose items are secured. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board. In case of an emergency, oxygen masks will drop down. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Life vests are located under your seat. Put them on only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. Please leave all personal belongings behind in case of evacuation. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, inform me immediately. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
Alright, flight plan is loaded. Quick perfinet. And when I say quick, like I have to change all the numbers. hope they fix that at some point. Alright, wind was 230 at 8. Temperature was 29. It's already showing lower, but close enough. Okay, headwind. Plenty of room, rotate at 130. Alright, that looks good. Now, trim. And get flap set. 15. Okay. Let's do our test real quick. Okay, smoke. Landing gear. Fire warning. Thrust reversers. Flap check. Windshield temps, we wait for that to drop. Over speed, check. And annunciator lights, all good. Okay. Do our pressure check thing. Loose pressure? Wait, gotta get this off first. Lose pressure, pressure back. Lose pressure, pressure back. Colombo ground, Citation 750 Delta X-ray is ready to taxi with information Kilo.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, runway 22 taxi via Papa Alpha.
Runway 22 via Papa Alpha, 0 Delta X-ray. Okay. So we are here. And they want us to go up there. So we're going to take a left and then a right and go all the way down. Actually, let's request Bravo intersection departure. Colombo ground, Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Can we get a departure runway 22 at Bravo?
Citation 0 Delta X-ray approved. Taxi to runway 22 via Bravo.
Runway 22 via Bravo, 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, parking brake off. Little differential brake check. Okay. Alright, quick reverser check. That works. Let's go toga mode, get our flight director on. See, that pitches up to about 12 degrees. Okay, here's Bravo. Should get handed off the tower, I think.
Approaching runway 22.
Colombo ground, citation 0 Delta X-ray, holding short runway 22, ready for departure.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7, 0 Delta X-ray. Okay. Alright, we do our 40% in one check. Okay, verified trims, flaps, yaw dampener, mock trim, TCAS, and transponder. 5647, that's a check. Let's get our cabin altitude in. We're going up to 39 today. Lights. We're gonna get runway lights, landing lights on in a moment. Colombo Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray, holding short runway 22, ready for departure.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Colombo Tower, runway 22, winds 230 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Strobe, pitot heat. Cleared for takeoff, runway 22, 0 Delta X-ray. Pitot heat on, strobe on, landing lights on, weather radar can come on. And one last little detail is get our heading bug dialed in a little bit better. Wow. Way overshot that.
Runway 22 remaining. 7,700 feet.
All right, 80 knots. V1 and rotate. Gear up. Flaps 5. Okay, nav, flight level change, auto throttle on.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact departure.
Slats in. Go to departure, 0 Delta X-ray. Departure, Citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at 1,700, climbing 4,000.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Colombo departure, radar contact, climb 5,000.
Climbed 5,000, 0 Delta X-ray. Up to 5,000.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, 0 Delta X-ray.
November 37 Papa Romeo, direct final. Cleared for the ILS, runway 22 approach. Descend and maintain altitude 3,000 feet until established. Altimeter 1010.
Down to 3,000, cleared for the ILS 22 approach, November 37 Papa Romeo.
Try and get on course here.
On to 118.7, November 37 Papa Romeo, good day.
Contact Colombo Tower on 118.7.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. I will begin cabin service shortly. Thank you for flying with us.
0 Delta X-ray, climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, let's go vertical speed. Autopilot on. Should be about 1800. We can go lights off. Engine sync on, seatbelts off. Okay, and we can go APU off.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Colombo control on 124.9er.
Colombo control on 124.9 0 Delta X-ray. Colombo control, citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at flight level 172, climbing flight level 290.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Colombo control, identified, Subha Udasanak. Citation 0 Delta X-ray, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370 0 Delta X-ray. We're just going to 39 today. So here's our route currently. I don't know what we're gonna get at the destination airport. This says it would be 22. There's no approaches or anything into 22. So, might just be visual. Winds 240 at 6. Visibility 3 with mist. Here 27. H1009er. Transition level 60. So there's some approaches on 4. I almost wonder.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, climb, flight level 390.
Climb flight level 390, 0 Delta X-ray. Okay, let's switch to flight level change. Okay, we're showing fuel remaining at our destination, which is a good thing. Everything's cleaned up, flaps up, gear up. Let's just do a weather radar check. Weather's on, okay. All right, let's go back to charts. We could come in on an ILS and then circle to land maybe. I wanted to see if any of these had a circle to land option, but they do not. But we don't have any charts for 22. I guess we'll see what we get assigned, but oh, you know, one thing I do want to do. Well, I don't know what I want to do. But until we have some kind of constraint, we're not going to get this. So one thing we could do is temporarily enter this VOR PPB Papa Bravo right before here, and then let's put 2,900 here. That'll work roughly for descent planning. I was thinking about just adding it at that last waypoint, but I think it's too far out. So we could set an altitude constraint here as well, if we knew what altitude we wanted to be at-ish. That works. What is happening? Did I put the wrong number somewhere? One, I did.
Dear guests, I'll be starting the snack and beverage service shortly. Today, I have some delightful options for you, including our signature cheese platter and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, I'll also have some special items available from the shop for you to enjoy. Thank you for flying with us.
I was gonna take the Learjet again today, but this was such a long flight. I'm like, I want that extra 100 knots speed. Co-pilot, you have the comms.
I have the radios now, Captain.
All right, we're about 45 minutes in. Everything's looking pretty good. Didn't get on standard baro, but we're barely off of it anyway. Let's just do a balancing check. Okay, we're good. Anti-ice is all good. This plane seems sort of intimidating at first, but there's really not that much to it. I mean, basically you got your electrics here, you get emergency light on, standby power, batteries, and avionics. Everything else is kind of set by default, but I mean, you do want to make sure your generators are on. You can just leave them on, and it does. And you want everything else on norm, basically. And then your anti-ice, but mostly you just go pitot heat or everything. Your lights. I don't really use recognition. I'll put tail flood on at night. But basically you've just got, you know, beacon in the middle here, and then with strobe all the way up. I kind of like that setup where those are combined. I do the pressure check here. You got your APU panel. It's pretty easy to do though. And then just a few things here, your navs, weather radar, your lights. That's really it. I mean, and even the avionics are kind of simplified. It's nice it has SimBrief import, but I keep meaning to test entering an airway. I think you're supposed to be able to enter an airway dot exit, and it'll take it. Maybe I'll try and enter one next time instead of SimBrief import. Alright, we're at ESPAP right now. Let's check out our plan. So 5.2, we're at 5.5, so we're good. I wonder if this has the same info. Let's see. Fuel management, that's the one I want. So we've used 1480, it was expected to be 1.8, so we're a little more fuel efficient than planned. SimBrief max cruise is 0.90 instead of 0.91. So it generally should underestimate our fuel usage. So I go in and add a little bit of extra fuel. Back while we're at it, why don't we just go to fleet and edit this plane. And so I say add an extra 750 as a buffer. You can also set your fuel factor, so you can add like 10% if you want. Then that'll be the default on my next flight. A bit of a rough headwind here. Can't remember if this has any way to do noise reduction in the cabin. But you can definitely do it here.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Colombo Oceanic on 136.73, squawk 2000.
Uh-oh.
Contacting Colombo Oceanic on 136.73, squawk 2000. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, co-pilot got that.
Colombo Oceanic departure, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, with you flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Colombo Oceanic departure identified. Good day.
Okay, we're about 50 minutes from descent. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think anybody's even in our vicinity. 4, 5. Citation 750 Delta X-ray is on frequency 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Com 1. amazing to think this whole flight is just going to be this one little chunk. Got some nice stops here in the Indonesia area. Down through Australia, back up across Hawaii. That'll be nice. Down the coast, South America, hop over to a stop in Antarctica, back up to this island, back up along here, across the Caribbean, and then a mad dash back to where we started, way up here. Wiley Post, Nukivik, where I made a custom airport. So that it looks more like this one. I didn't put these in though. Maybe I should work on that at some point. I also I don't have this in here sideways. I'm not sure that's realistic though. I did add the search and rescue area here. I'll put in 2 helicopter pads over there. This is they supposedly in the marketplace removed the inflated ratings. Not mentioning any specific developer, but I think we all know who that is. Identified inflated user scores and remove those and we'll monitor moving forward. Some high clouds there. Very quiet. All right, how are we doing? 200 nautical miles, TOD. You know, our flight plan may not be, yeah, it's okay. Thinking it might not be fully connected, but it is. See, are we still? I don't think we're in contact with Oceanic anymore. I think we lost them somewhere along the way. Seems to be a problem. Let's do a report.
Oceanic Control, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon, with you, flight level 390.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Oceanic Control identified. Good afternoon. Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Colombo Oceanic on 136.73, squawk 2000.
Contacting Colombo Oceanic on 136.73, squawk 2000, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Colombo Oceanic departure, Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good afternoon at flight level 390.
Okay, bug report filed.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Colombo Oceanic departure. Good afternoon, squawk 2441.
2441.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, radar contact at flight level 390, QNH 1008. Maintain present heading, direct beacon when able, then put on course.
Flight level 390, QNH 1008. Maintain present heading, direct beacon when able, then on course. Citation 750 Delta, X-ray.
Dude, we are direct beacon.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, plan for descent in maybe 15 minutes.
Maybe not. I have the descent reminder on as a non-realism item. Alright, we are indeed, looks like we're going to get assigned visual 22. So let's say arrival, runway 22, and arrival. And I don't know what that's going to do, but let's activate it. Delete discontinuity. Ah. Okay. So let's put, well, let's actually look at what we got first. So we go to map mode, which is in plan mode. I don't know. Delete PPB. There's no good waypoints out here to use. Alright, let's try something here. VOPB. Um, 037 place, bearing, and then distance. Let's go 10 nautical miles. Can we do that? Indeedy. And then, I wonder, let's see, trying to think of how to get a good corner off of that. Nope, can't do that. What we can do, so I was trying to do the place bearing distance in here. Can't do that, so let's do, so 10 nautical miles out from here roughly is going to be there. And then kind of what I would like to do is put another one about, say, 4 nautical miles over. About there. So let's say 11 nautical miles along 12. So we can do VOPB again. Bearing 12, distance 11. Put that there. Distance too large. What? Huh. I have that right. VOPB. Bearing less 12, distance 11 or 12, whatever. Huh. Well, let me do it. Well. I may regret this, but VOPB bearing was 37.15. Ah, you suck. It's not gonna let me do it. What happens if we go to what do we go to? Let's reset our arrival. Runway 22 activate. And then put in VOPB /12/15. Nope. You suck. Well, it almost worked. We'll just deal with it manually. 26 nautical miles out. Let's get this back. We could also try this. Why did you do that? Silly thing. I wish it would let me just drag these around or something. Can we type it in? 1144 north, 09er 248 east. No, clearly not. That would be too easy. Like normally it would ask you where you want to add it, but it's not doing that here. I mean, let's just go with it. See, let's go to 1264 on COM 2. That should be ATIS. Approach controls on 123.5. Power's on 118.1. So we got 1264. How's our fuel balance looking? Okay. Okay, elevation's 19 feet. Let's get our data entered. Landing perf. We got 240 at 6. 7. QNH 1009er. Plenty of landing distance. Approach at 126.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Whenever you'd like descend, flight level 280.
Descending flight level 280. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
When you hit BS, it'll automatically slow down to your descent speed.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend flight level 280.
Descending flight level 280. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Folks, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Veer Savarkar International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow any tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you.
Okay, seatbelt lights on. Just close the window vents. Supposed to get windshield heating on.
L60. Radar coverage
There's
temporarily reduced. Monitor for updates. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Quebec. Veer Savarkar International Airport. Information. Quebec.
We already have Quebec. 240 at 6, 27 degrees. 1009. Nope, won't let me do that one either. Like you get one place bearing distance entry and then it's broken. It's weird to me they have so many waypoints down here for this runway and 0 up here. It's almost like they would never land this way.
X-ray, descend flight level 180.
Descending flight level 180. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, let's... And over here, we want to start. We got assigned parking 13, but I don't see a 13. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Citation
6,
0
7,
Delta
8.
X-ray, descend flight level 080.
All the way to
Descending
12.
flight level 080. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
That is still above the transition level. Okay, so my tentative plan here is just to turn a little bit to the left at some point along here, come out just a little bit wider, and then down into here and into final. I don't know where RX22 is, but probably somewhere around here. There's some storms and stuff in the area, so might get spots. There's a little island off here. We'll be coming in right along beside that. Can you brief our arrival?
We'll be arriving in Port Blair on runway 22 using the visual approach. Transition level is 60 feet. Weather at arrival shows winds calm, visibility 3 miles with mist, scattered clouds at 1,200 feet, broken at 8,000 feet. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 2441, and approach frequency will be 123.5. We'll configure for landing with flaps full. Final approach speed will be 116 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to stand parking 13. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Did they release that feature already? Can you bring up the approach chart?
I can't bring up the approach chart, but I can help with the approach briefing or any other questions you have.
Can you bring up the airport chart?
I can't bring up the airport chart, but I can help with the approach briefing or any other questions you have.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, turn left heading 060, descend 8,000, vectors for the visual runway 22 approach.
Left heading 060, descend 8,000, vectors for the visual runway 22 approach. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Oops. Left heading 060. I was gonna do that anyway. Okay, we're coming up on 10K. I'm gonna go ahead and turn window heating off because it's very warm outside.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend 4,000 R.
Descending to 4,000. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Folks, we are beginning our final approach into the beautiful city of Port Blair. Please turn off any electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the full upright position. The weather at our destination is currently misty with a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Our assigned parking is stand parking 13. Thank you for your cooperation.
So it looks like Flight Brief is indeed live. I don't know why it can't bring up the charts. I'll have to work on that in a bit. It's supposed to be able to. I don't know why it's not in the what's new list. A little lightning there.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, turn right heading 070.
Right heading 070. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, turn right heading 1 ascent 80. ¿Qué registro?
Right heading 180, citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, turn right heading 160. Descend altitude 3,000 feet until established, cleared for the visual runway 22 approach.
Right heading 160. Descend 3,000 feet until established. Cleared visual runway 22 approach. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Port Blair Tower on 118.1, squawk 2441.
Contacting Port Blair Tower on 118.1, squawk 2441, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Port Blair Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good evening, established on the visual runway 22 approach.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Port Blair Tower, continue approach. Citation 0 Delta X-ray, runway 22, winds calm. Clear to land.
Runway 22, cleared to land. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, flaps 5. Flaps 15. Gear down. We have the glide path in. Flaps full. Gear down, flaps full. see the city, don't see the runway out.
Approaching runway 22.
There's that little island over there. See a beacon. I see a runway. I see a hill. Okay, autopilot off. We don't have to touch. It's a long extended runway. We're not coming down there. I was about ready to dive for it. We're going way over there, no problem. Okay, winds are light from the right. Go auto throttle off. Right, ready with spoilers. Spoilers deployed. Nose down, reversers out. Okay, brakes.
Folks, welcome to Port Blair. A fun fact about this beautiful city is that it is known for its stunning beaches and rich history, including being a gateway to the Andaman Islands. Thank you for flying with us today. Please remain seated until we have reached our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Air India. The local time here is 5:26 in the evening.
Okay, there is nowhere to go down here. We have to backtrack. Doesn't seem to be a parallel taxiway. We have to go way back. I should have checked out the chart. I would have stopped sooner and turned around. Port Blair, can we get progressive taxi, 0 Delta X-ray?
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, progressive taxi approved. Taxi to stand parking 13.
Where is 13? Are you sending me back the other way? Are you kidding me? You know what? I think we're just gonna go over here.
Approaching runway 22.
Alright, let's park for a sec. Check our pressurization is good. Get bleed air on. Oh, hold on. Let's get that started. Okay, that's okay. We need to get these off. That can come off. We can get landing lights off that we didn't turn on. Oosh. Man, I completely forgot an entire phase of approach. Okay, that's good. This is off. Taxi should be on. And I'm not even gonna park where I should. Like, there's no Mark 13. This one looks free down here. We'll just park in 8. Okay, parking brake set, taxi light off. And let's see. Weather radar off. Navs can come off. Let's see, taxi light, parking brake, IRS, seatbelt light, standby gyro caged. Avionics off, ECAS stays on, engines can come off, and then beacon can come off. The luggage open. Get a beautiful sunset shot here. And then I want to check out one thing here. Let's see. How come this never came up? So I'm just curious where this would send me. This is too slow. Let's turn that off and go. Uh-oh. Did I hide it? Why is that so jittery? Okay, it looks like it was taking me somewhere over here. Weird. Alright, well, have a good one all. We're gonna call it a day.